So let's now move to solving problems involving inverse proportion. So for this first example problem, we have a calamity center has enough food for 130 survivors for that will last for 15 days. So how many days will the food last if 80 more survivors were to join the calamity center? So this sample problem we are already encountered this last lesson. So this is an example of inverse. Why? Because there's a lot of food for the number of survivors in that center that will last for a certain days. If there are added survivors, of course, there will be more persons who will consume the food that is already in the calamity center. So this food will not last long or will not be enough to last for more days. So the number of days will be lessened. That is why it is for the inverse proportion. So now we are going to solve how many days will that supply of food in the calamity center will last if there are 138 survivors and 80 more. Additional 80 survivors. So first, let's have the given. So let's say that we have S1 for the number of survivors, that is 130. Then the days that they will consume the food, that is D1, so that is 15 days. So we have additional. So since it's additional, 80 more survivors, so we have S2, which is 130 plus 80. Now we are looking for the number of days that the food will last. So that, let's say that is D sub 2. So now for our solution, we have, since it's inverse proportion, we have formula S multiplied by D1 equals to S sub 2 multiplied by D2. Why this is the formula? So this formula, this variation, inverse variation, this is symbolized with inverse variation. So if your S1 will increase and the D will also, your S will increase, so your D will increase. So let us prove that. So now, with this formula, let us substitute our S1. So we have 130 survivors multiplied by how many days? It is 15, D1. So for our S2, we have 130 plus 80, that is 210 survivors multiplied by D sub 2. So, since this is a variable, D sub 2, you can just simply write it like this. So 130 multiplied by 15, that is equals to 1,000 rather, 950. Equals to 210 D sub 2. So to get the value for D2, we need to both divide by 210. So for this side, we have 210 over D 210, that is equals to 1, so we have it equals here D sub 2. 1950 over 210, that is equals to 9.3 days. So our D2 is equals to 9.3 days, or the food will last for 9 and 1 almost 1/3 of the day, or approximately 9 days. For the 130 plus 80 more survivors. So this is the number of days that the food will last. So what did we observe with this problem? So the number of survivors increased by 80 more. Increased by 80. So the number of days, the D1 is 15 originally, but after there are additional survivors, the food just lasted for approximately 9 days. So it decreased. That means this variation, this represents the inverse proportion, as the first quantity increases, the other decreases. So let's have our second problem. So spiders naturally control the number of pests in a farm by predation. If 100 spiders can eradicate the entire colony of pests in just 45 days, how long will it take for 500 spiders to do the same job? So this problem also includes the learning area of science, wherein the ecosystem balance was discussed there. So the spiders acts as the predator and the pest, or let's say the insects, acts as the prey. So they are naturally eradicating or eliminating the pest, which will help the farm. So their job is to eliminate the entire colony. So we have here 100 spiders that can eliminate the colony of pests in just 45 days. So how long will it take if there are 500 spiders? So let's solve the problem. First, let's have our given. So given, we have spiders, S1, let's say it's S1, 100. So the number of days they are going to eradicate, let's say it's D1. To do the job, so we have 45 days. And for the second ratio, we have S2, number of spiders, which is 500. So we need to find the number of days, or D2, for the 500 spiders to eliminate the colony of pests. So this is an example again of inverse proportion. Why? So we'll see later. So let's solve. So we have S1 times D1 equals to S2 times D. So for the value of our number of spiders, we have 100 multiplied by the number of days that they can eliminate the colony of pests, which is 45, equals to 500 spiders. How many days it will take? How long it will take for that 500 spiders to eliminate the colony of pests? So we have D2. So let's now multiply and solve problem. So we have 100 multiplied by 45. We have equals to 4,500. 500. So to get the value of d sub 2, we have to divide both sides by 500. So 500 divided by 500, that is also 1. So simply d sub 2. 4,500 or 4,500 divided by 500, is equals to 9. So this means that the answer is equals to 9 days. So there are 9 days. The 500 spiders needs 9 days rather to eliminate or eradicate the colony of pests. So let's observe our values. For the first ratio, we have 145. For the second, we have 509. So the number of spiders increases, but the number of days that the spiders need to do the job from 45 days to 9 days, it decreases. That means it's inversely proportional, or an example of inverse proportion. Let's now move to the last problem we have in inverse proportion. So we have here a group of 450 contact tracers can effectively map out or find out COVID-19 contagion or infected patients within an averagely populated city for 15 days. So the problem is how many contact tracers is needed to finish the same job in just 7 days. So since the COVID pandemic is really seriously affecting our country, we need to be more efficient and timely when it comes to finding out whoever the COVID-19 infected already. So we lessen the number of days. So let's have it given for our problem. We have number of contact tracers. Let's have C1. So first we have 450. So the number of days they can map out or find out whoever the COVID-19 infected is 15 days. Another given, we have number of days B2 sub 2, which is 7 days. So we are looking for the number of contact tracers who can be a group and finish the job in just 7 days. So let's solve our solution. Let's have C1 times D1 equals to C2 times D2. So since we are looking for C2, let's just substitute our values. 450 multiplied by 15 . Then we have C2. This is what we are going to find out. Then D2, which is 7 days. So we are looking, we need to multiply 450 by 15. Is equals to 6,000 rather, 750 equals to 7 C2. So let's both divide by 7. So 7 divided by 7, that is just equals to C2 or equals to 1 C2. Then 6,750 divided by 7 is equals to 964.2857, or approximately how many? So we can, since we are dealing with number of persons or contact tracers, so we can round it off. So our C2 approximately 965 persons or contact tracers. So to finish the job, to map out whoever the COVID-19 infected in an average populated city, in just 7 days, we need 965 contact tracers. So as we can see, from 450, it increased with 965. Since we need to lessen the number of days, then we need to increase the number of contact tracers. So to efficiently find and to easily map out or find out whoever the COVID-19 patients in a certain city. So this is an example of inverse proportion. So that's it for the inverse proportion.